Well, it's Uncommon Fossil today, taking a look at Banette Espathra. Honestly, the other day I was trying to work on some decks, and I kept running into some variation of this type of deck, and it was ruining my day. So I just figured, hey, can't beat them, join them. So playing the deck, it is very disruptive and fun to do. I have played the Banette before, but not with Espathra. So Banette, what this does, super disruptive for 1 psychic energy on a stage 1, 250 HP there. So you'd like a little higher HP, that's the downside, but for 1 psychic energy, does Everlasting Darkness, does 30 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, they can't play any item cards from their hand. So item lock is tremendous. Ideally, if we can get this set up and attack with it turn 2, you can really make your opponent's life miserable. And this second attack on a Poltergeist for Psychic Colorless, your opponent reveals their hand, attack does 60 damage for each trainer card you find there. It can be a good attack if your opponent's built up a big hand size, especially if you've got them item locked for a bit, but it's really the first attack it's primarily here for, and partly sometimes we'll win games with it, but we also are setting up our bench to do big damage. Their secondary attacker, or maybe primary attacker, is Espathra EX, also another stage 1. EX to 60 HP, okay, not great. It does Psyball for 1 psychic. It does 30 damage plus 30 more for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So we want to get a bunch of energy on Espathra EX. Of course, makes things vulnerable if they once our Espathra's EX is knocked out, we got to start powering up another one. It only takes 1 to do the attack, but you're not doing much damage, right? But the other one thing to make it more powerful, and also just more disruption in the deck. Dazzling Gaze ability, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot. Attacks used by your opponent's active Pokemon cost 1 colorless energy more to attack. So your opponent's attaching extra energy to attack, so we're hitting back with more damage, or they're missing attacks on some turns too. And that's also something what this deck is looking to do. So there's the card. Honestly, I find the way they've done the effect on this card to be tough to read. You know, I know they like the effects, but it's starting to make the text kind of obscured, unfortunately. So getting to the lines, it is a 3 Espathra, 3 Espathras, and 3 Flittles that it evolves from, and then 2 Banette EXs, 2 Shuppets that evolves from, and 1 copy of, where is it? The single prize Banette. You could attack with it, but primarily it's here for Puppet Offering. It's quite nice. 1 string your turn, you may put a supporter card from your discard pile into your hand. Very nice there. If you do, put this Pokemon in the Lost Zone, so you recover a supporter and it goes to Lost Zone. Better than back in the days when you could get like a V Pokemon, a 2-prize Pokemon, well, Eldegoss V, right? That would do the same thing on a non-playability, but then you have this 2-prizer sticking around that you didn't want. So here, it's just a single-prize Pokemon, and it goes away, so quite nice there. Of course, it goes in the Lost Zone, so just need to think through, you know, do we want the Banette EXs in the deck, or do we want to have access to the Banette? And you can leave it on your bench, this Banette. It's not a non-playability, so you can get it set up and just leave it there. All right, to power things up, we're playing a 3/3 Xatu line, a really nice engine, and one that you want with a Psychic deck where it needs a bunch of energy and play Clairvoyant Sense. 1 string a turn, you can attach a basic Psychic energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, you draw 2 cards. So really tremendous ability. You get Accelerate Energy, huge, and you draw 2 cards. Very nice. The downside is you have to get it set up, and you have to have an energy in your hand when things start, or else it doesn't do anything. So that's the issue with it. I will just jump the energies in the middle of the Pokemon. 11 basic energies. I would prefer more for a deck like this, but this is kind of where the deck is at, I gotta say. And I think these other cards are pretty much needed, so you know, maybe you want to cut something to put some more energy in, but we'll get through the rest of the list here before we look at the trainers, and I do think we need most of these cards, so maybe you can squeeze a 12th energy in. I don't know, but I still would like more than that. All right, let's see these Pokemon. What are we missing? So Radiant Alakazam, very important in a deck like this. We can attack. It's actually pretty good in some situations. Mind Ruler does 20 per each card in your opponent's hand, and if we've had them item locked a bunch of turns, they may have built up to a big hand size, and we can just do big damage, which is a nice feeling on a single prizer when that happens. Also, you know, there are decks that just like to build up big hands, so it is a threat there, but it's first and foremost here for Painful Spoon's ability. Once during your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of their Pokemon, particularly when we have them item locked and they can't really do anything for some turns. We're just hitting 30 damage to the active, not a lot, but hopefully we're getting something stuck in the active, and then we're just moving 2 damage counters off each turn to kind of just slowly eat away the bench Pokemon. Or Espathra, if that's coming up a little bit short, it can help get, just help set up the numbers for knockouts there. So that's nice. And then playing 1 copy of Flutter Mane. I'm not certain on this card. This would be one I might cut for an energy. You can attack with it for 3 energy. You put 90 and 2 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like, so which can be useful, right? 90 the active's okay. Can obviously knock something out at times, and then those placing 2 damage counters however you like is useful, right? We're moving damage, hitting small numbers at times, so that attack can be useful, but it's mainly here for its midnight fluttering ability. As long as it's in the active spot, your opponent's active Pokemon has no abilities except for midnight fluttering, so your opponent loves to send, like decks with PGIDX like to send that up to the active because it's got free retreat. They give themselves a pivot, but now if they do that, they've lost their ability till they retreat, so it has ability, and it's good against Lost Zone decks in particular, because now they can't use their comfies, they can't set up, so we can set up our bench while they're kind of hopefully flailing around a bit. And then 1 copy of Cleffa. I'm really pleased to have this in the deck. It's a fun little card. It is psychic, but it doesn't actually matter because it attacks for free. Grasping, draw, you have 7 cards in hand, and it's got free retreat. So if you go second, this is you really generally want the Cleffa in the active, and you just draw 7 cards, setting up your following turn. Very nice there indeed. So I like that in the deck, and it's a fun little card. I've played that before. So those are all the Pokemon. Getting into 11 basic psychic energies, jumping into the trainers. All right, Pokemon Search, I'll just lead off with that. 4 Buddy-Buddy Poffins, gets any basic up to 2 basic Pokemon from your deck, 70 HP or less, so that's very useful. Doesn't quite get everything though. It does get the Natus, does get the Shuppets, and does get the Flittle, does not get Flutter Mane, does not get Radiant Alakazam. It also does get Cleffa, so there are a couple important cards it can't get. Could play Nest Ball, don't though. Play 4 Ultra Ball, because we have these evolutions, so you have to have a bunch of Ultra Balls to get your stage 1 EXs. There's no other way about that. Well, there is. We have Capturing Aroma that kind of helps get the evolutions. It does, certainly. And also the Xatus too. Obviously, we got to get that with Ultra Ball. So Capturing Aroma, flip a coin, depending on heads or tails, a base or an evolution. It's not my favorite card, but I think it makes sense in this deck. You're guaranteed to get a Pokemon. You have a 50-50 chance if you need a basic or an evolution that turn. It's 50-50 whether you get it. The other way to go in the deck would be with Great Ball, which is a card I like, but I don't think it makes sense in this deck. With Great Ball, you look at the top 7 cards. Your deck, you reveal a Pokemon, you find they're put into your hand. So because there's a few like 1-ofs or 2-ofs Pokemon that aren't in high numbers in the deck that I'm going to need, the odds of it being in the top 7 aren't good enough. I think the odds of hitting when I need a particular Pokemon, the odds are better with Capturing Aroma. So I feel forced to play that. Could play Master Ball in the deck, but do play Hero's Cape instead. The Pokemon this card's attached to gets plus 100 HP. I do like this, right? We're slowing our opponent down, and therefore Hero's Cape is very beneficial. All right, so let's see. That's all the Pokemon draw cards. A couple Pokemon recovery cards, as well as energy recovery. One Super Rod, shuffle a combination of Pokemon and basic energy from the discard pile into your deck. Very nice there. And then 1 copy of Tulip. The decks don't always play that, but I do like it, especially with the Xatu engine. Put any combination of 4 psychic Pokemon and basic psychic energy from the discard pile into your hand. So, so get a bunch of energy, possibly energy and a Pokemon or 2, and then we help set up our board. We can accelerate with Xatu's ability and get our evolutions going. So it works out quite nicely there. Oh, and 1 energy retrieval, not superior energy retrieval that gets 4, but you have to discard 2 cards. We don't want to be discarding cards from a hand that often. So just the plain old super energy retrieval, just put 2 from the discard pile into your hand. Okay, so getting into, let's see. Well, I'll just finish the tools because we did have Hero's Cape, and we'll play one Rigid Band, which is very nice. Stage 1 Pokemon this card's attached to takes 30 less from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon. So very nice there too. You don't have to be hiding a prize. It has to be on a stage 1, so just don't attach it to like Radiant Alakazam. it's not going to do any good there. But you don't. It's very nice in a deck like this, and 30 less damage is a lot better than 30 plus HP, because it, you know, if it takes multiple turns to get knocked out, it's reducing damage every time. Before I hit the supporters, then we also do have Pokemon League Headquarters. 2 copies of this. Attacks the basic Pokemon in play cost 1 energy more. So just remember that if we happen to want to attack with Radiant Alakazam, this comes into play. But again, slowing our opponents down, that's part of what we're trying to do. And also, of course, the Espathra is based upon energies attached to both Pokemon, active Pokemon. So they have to attach an extra energy. That works very well there. And did I mention? I must have mentioned. Did I mention Dazzling Gaze on Espathra? I think I did, right? The attacks cost 1 colorless more. Yeah, I did. So that pairs well with that. Obviously, not every deck is a basic deck, but just making our opponent's life a little bit harder. And then supporters for Professor's Research. I'm thinking about changing this some, because I don't always. A ton of research isn't great, but well, you don't want to research a lot in a game, but having access to it early on when you need it is very important. So having 4 to draw into it is probably necessary, even though I kind of would like to swap it out. And then for Iono, just really good early, as well as disruption as the game goes on. Like that a lot. I mentioned the Tulip, and then we have 2 bosses order. Just that's super important, especially as our opponent's trying to take extra turns powering up an attacker if a Espathra is in the active, and possibly even our stadium in play. They're getting close to attacking, and then boom, we gust up something else, and it takes them a few more turns to start powering things up. That can be very useful. I believe that is the 60. So, you know, a solid 60, a deck that certainly has a lot of logic. Let's take a look at it in action in the ladder. All right, let's see what happens here. Choose to go ahead. I'd like to go first, obviously. Cleffa's certainly not is nice if I go second, though. All right, so I will choose to go first. Still might chuck Cleffa in the active. I'm not certain. Gives me free retreat. If he gets knocked out, I don't really care. Let's see. But I will put Flittle into the active. Okay. And 2 Buddy-Buddy Poffins. Kind of see what my opponent's playing. 30 HP Pokemon, of course, is scary, right? These really low HP basics are super vulnerable. So we'll see what I'm up against here. And, yeah, see what happens here. Opponents. Okay, so. All right, well, I would like to get the Flutter. Wait. Oh, it's with. Okay. And the Flutter Mane's prize this game. Ouch, that hurts, right? So I do want to get them item locked. Oh no, the Flutter Mane's not prized, but I can't get it with this. So that's highly unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, so I'll drop down double Natu with this. I think I want the grass attacker, but I also want. So I have 1 Flittle. Do I want both Shuppets down or just 1 Shuppet? That's the question. What's my evolution? Wait, do I not have both Banette EXs are prized? Oh, that's kind of ruins my day, doesn't it? No. Yeah. Oh, that is horrible. Okay, so Flittle. Yeah. So okay. This is really bad. This is really bad is basically all that I can say. So I will attach to the active and end turn. So that's not good. This is not good. I guess I should have put the energy on the bench guy, because my opponent, they probably can't attack. I mean, in theory they could. If they play Magma Basin and they switch, they could get 2 energies on and knock me out. I don't think I'm getting knocked out though. So, yeah. So my ability to get the Flutter Mane into play, obviously I failed that, and I had a starter with free retreat, but just didn't come close to making that happen. So they ditched a fire energy, a nice fancy fire energy art too, which is okay. Blinged out deck here, it's looking like. And they got these fancy alt art comfies too. So, yeah, blinged out deck here. So, See what happens. Oh, there's the plain Super Rod, though. Pretty sure that we do it. There's the golden ones, right? There is the black and the gold ones of those, I do believe. Okay. There might not be any blinged out Buddy-Buddy Poffin at this point, though. And got the blinged out Charmander. Oh, and any plain looking Charmander, too. Okay, so let's see what happens. Do I want to shut down the Comfy? I think I want to... I can't item lock them because the deck really hates me, right? So I'm going to drop down the Flutter Mane because he might end up being really big here. And I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do I want to drop the Banette into play? I'm going to play the Banette because I might end up wanting to use it. Its ability. Okay, so let's see what I get here, right? Just really want to get things set up. So I'll grab a Xatu, just start powering up this Flittle on the... do I want to... trying to think this through. I think I want to spread the energy around. So let me... Energy on this Flittle. If I stack up all the energy on one Flittle, that's not as good, right? I'm pretty certain that that's not where we want to be. So I would like to get another... all right, drawing a basic here, which isn't ideal, but I won't let it ditch Cleffa, so I'm going to use Ultra Ball. And I want to keep the Radiant Alakazam because I still might want him. Get my Espathra. I'm going to attach to the... I'm going to play him on the bench guy. And I'm going to send up Flutter Mane as a wall there. So just send up Flutter Mane, stop their engine, drop a second energy here, and end turn. Yeah, don't use Banette because the reason I have him benched is it gives me protection. I'm guaranteed to get a supporter next turn, right? Did I play? Okay, my opponent did nothing. I'm liking that. How do I want to do this, right? At this point, I guess I need to Iono. I'm certainly concerned about this. And I'm going to Hero's Cape the Espathra because he's a real beast. Because now they cannot one-shot my Espathra without, getting some help. Okay, well that's a nice get there. Do I want to attack this turn? I actually don't know that I do. So I think I think I need to take a prize here. That's what I think I want to do. I mean, I would, because I want to get that Espathra into hand, right? That's what I want to do. I mean, I want to get the other, I want to get the, I would like to get them item locked. That's not meant not to be with this deck, unfortunately. Not, I'd like to get this going, though. So, so doing 150, they have to, it takes an extra energy, so that's a real plus as well. Have the tool on it, so it's a nice position, I think, to be in. Got an energy, would like to have gotten the Banette, but they can start using their Comfy, so they can start to get going, right? That now I'm one-shotting their Charizard EX. At this point, they have to put all 3 energies on the Charizard EX, which is nice, right? They can do that, obviously, but I do one-shot the Charizard EX, so that's good. Yeah, I think it's a solid position I'm in. They have a nice big hand, which good for them. They're going to get these Charizards going. And I need, get this going, get my other... They can't knock me out. I actually do have boss's order, so if they evolve into Charizard EX... What am I doing for damage right now? 30. What's there? They have 6, so they're doing a really good job with getting stuff in the loss zone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 is 150. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3 is 120. I could attach manually, so I need to get like 2 more energies on it to one-shot a Charizard EX. Obviously, if they put any energy on their Charizard EX, then I just blow him up. I think they use their supporter for turn. Let me check. They have not, right? No, they did. They call rest. Okay, good at the start. Because I have boss in hand, right? I just want to blow up this Charizard EX. That's what I want to do. I assume they can put energy on the Charizard EX as long as they put... Okay, and they also... Okay, they're going to hit into me. They're going to cram into me, which makes sense because then it sets up... I think they might be able to finish me off next turn, but you know what? They definitely can finish me off next turn once I boss them up, because that is my goal here. But let me try to get my other Espathra EX into play. I think I'm searching for a basic. Radiant Alakazam is useful. Okay, just taking a look at what's in the deck. I'm going to gust this guy up, right? Let me... I think I don't one-shot them, though. That I don't do, but I still think that that's what I want to do. Right, I'm coming up short. No, I have the knockout. Sorry, yeah, that's right. They attached themselves. So let me get 1 more energy onto the Flittle. Pokemon League headquarters is nice. I don't know that it's overly helpful, though, honestly. And wow, do I want to draw again? I think I do want to draw, though. Question is, where do I drop this energy, right? That's I'm going to put it on Flutter Mane. He could end up being useful. All right, boss is nice for next turn. So I will just... take the knockout. The Cramorant still attacks for free because it ignores energy costs. So even though it's a base, even though the attack cost goes up by 1, it doesn't impact things. So I may want to get rid of the Banette just to get my other Banette EX into play. I don't know. It's probably too late to really worry about that. We'll see what happens. They did ditch a stage 1. They might not play another stage 1. So, obviously the grass attacker and Espathra. Charizard's obviously, it's still the most common deck, I think, on the ladder around. It's like Charizard EX is a tremendous Pokemon. It's honestly, I think it's a little overpowered. I think between its high HP, its very good attack, it's solid to start and becomes great as the game goes along. And the fact that, they play Water Energy, right? I think. So they could potentially Mirage Gate me for 2 prizes, but that's okay. I mean, I think that is okay. I think my lead is such I'll be all right. I'll lose the Flittle here, which I don't love that. And obviously, if I could have evolved, that would have been good. There's going to give me a poke with Cramorant, and that's okie dokie. I don't think I want to use the boss here. Energy Retrieval is quite nice as well. Okay, so... let me use this. I just want to get him out of here. That's what I think I want to do. I'll grab Iono. I already have boss in hand, right? So... I'm going to Iono and just not use it. So they don't know I have boss in hand, right? So the Banette, which evolves from the Shuppet, which I should have Shuppet in deck, I hope. No, I need to Rod now. Okay, need to Rod. I'll drop them all back in. Get the Shuppet into play. still want to get this Espathra into play as well. So let me go for that here, I guess, right? The odds of hitting it are pretty good at this point, so I did get it. That's very nice for me for sure. And I will just attack at this point, I think. I'm very happy with my situation here. Take the knockout. The Radiant Greninja is still a bit scary. It takes 2 prizes, but I think that's okay. I think I've got them set up to the point that it doesn't matter what they do. I think they're too far. I think they're just too far behind. I have a huge hand. They may want to Iono me. I'll be down to a small hand, and I might not be able to do much of anything. Rotting back the energies was certainly good in that case, though, because drawing energy is what I need to use my engine, right? Besides accelerating, at this point, I need to draw cards. So Sableye, okay. I mean, Sableye is good too, but again, it should be too little, too late. I would love to evolve to Banette, but okay, so they're going to Iono me. They could play Prime Catcher. They could Prime Catcher me, and that would be bad. All right, Iono's very nice, though. So let's see what type of energies they grab back. So Sableye, yeah, I mean, Sableye is very, very strong. 2 fires, okay, so they must have Psychic in hand, I guess, right? They do have 10. Yeah, they're at 11 there. So that's fine. Okay, they have another stage 1. Okay. Because they already lost zone 1, so they played 2 Charmeleons. That's probably all they play. So there, which gets them out of the item lock situation. But I do one-shot them with Espathra. And they're just gonna, wow, they're gonna cram again. I guess they don't have the energy. Okay. I mean, that's not good. I can say with a lot of certainty that is not good. All right, I think I want to see some fresh cards here. I may be helping them out. I'd like to get some energy. I'd just like to get the ability to get things going here some. Okay, that's not what I want at all, but takes the knockout, and I think whatever I can knock out whatever they have with my other Tulip. That's very good. So that gets me. Actually, does it get me anything right now? It gets me nothing. Look at that. Okay, if they do knock out my active, which I anticipate they will, it does get me energies. So that's good. Okay, so Beach Course. So I think I'm gonna want to send up. I'll probably send up Flutter Mane. My basic has free retreat, so I might as well send up Flutter Mane. You know, they might go for the knockout with Charizard. I don't know. They need to accelerate 2 more energies onto it. They do. I guess the part of why they put the fires back is they need that a third. They need 3 fire energies to get the attack off because of Espathra's ability, and that causes a lot of trouble for them. So got the win. Look, it's a deck that should do very well against Charizard EX. The Lost Zone build gave them a little bit more flexibility, made the deck better than if it was just a more straightforward Charizard build, probably. But, you know, Espathra hitting for grass weakness is very tough for Charizard EX to deal with. All right, let's see what happens here. Got a really bad start last game. Just got, I think, a Flittle in play, and that was it for 2 turns. And, yeah, that doesn't go well. Does not go well. I think it was the Flittle. I'm get confused with which basic goes to what. The 30 HP guy with free retreat. So, Dark Coin. All right, this could get awkward. I'm going second, which I feel better at. You know, if it is Roaring Moon EX, might be Charizard though. All right, taking a mulligan. So I'm. Excuse me, 2 mulligans. Okay. Well, gonna put Shuppet in the active, which is fine. It's not great. It's bad, maybe. It might even be bad. Okay. So I don't think I want Pokemon League headquarters because that shuts me down. I may attach, and I think I do want to attack with Shuppet. If I hit heads on Shuppet, I'm actually in very good shape. The goal here is to... What's the goal here? Well, Natu's good. Okay, I want to make sure that I have 2 cards. I need to research. Let's see if I get a basic. So Shuppet's really important this game. So I'm gonna get my other Shuppet down. And the Natu. And I'm gonna use Ultra Ball now because that's what I want to do. And then I'm going to research. Do I want to get a Flittle down? I only have 1 Flittle in deck. Well, that's not good. Right. I think I need to... I don't have another Natu either? Well, that's not good. Okay, so... This gets a little scary. All right, so what I have, what, 2 Flittles and 2 Natus prized? Which is pretty nuts. Which is really nuts. All right, I attack. If I get an item, if I hit heads, this could just be game here. But it's, you know, we'll see. I got heads, so that's awesome. That's awesome. So now that's what I needed to happen. The prizing with this game is not good, I gotta say. Not good at all. But I got them item locked, so they might Iono me, which would be unfortunate just because I have the hand I need. I don't have energy. That's the one thing I'm missing. But I have three evolutions that I need in hand. So let's see what they grab. Now they can't use their item. They can, Forest Seal Stone, which gets them any 1 card, but they cannot use Rare Candy, right? So this is really, really important here. Keeping them from Rare Candying. So now, I think, so I want to get Radiant Alakazam into play here. So I don't know what they're going to grab here. Be interesting to see. And they can't use Prime Catcher or Counter Catcher if I go ahead. But Prime Catcher I'm thinking, because they could grab that, but again, they can't play it, so super good. I wish I had some energy. That's my vulnerability. They could boss me, and I don't really have anything to deal with that at the moment. So I need to get some energies in hand. That's what needs to happen. So drawing a card. See if they play a stage 1 of anything. I don't know if they do. So energy, they're going to... okay, well that's big. So they played the TM Evolution, so that's huge for my opponent because it gets them out of the Rare Candy bind that they're in. So that was huge. So playing the TM Evolution probably might just win them the game. Might just win them games, but we'll see what happens here. So I'll Capturing Aroma. Just see what I can draw into. So what do I have? I have a Shuppet. I have 2 Shuppets in play, right? So do I want another Banette? Or do I want the other Banette? I think I want the Banette. I think I want this Banette. That's what I'm thinking. So keep them item lock for this turn. Evolved here. I want to accelerate an energy to my Espathra on the bench. Buddy-Buddy Poffin. So I need another Flittle in play, right? That's what needs to happen here. Maybe just 1 Flittle? Oh, that's right. My other Flittle's prize. So that's right. I forgot. So I forgot where I was at with this game. So this is, so Flittle's prized. That's right, 2 Flittles. So I'm going to drop Radiant Alakazam because there's not a reason not to. Evolve here, so I have guaranteed access to a supporter next turn. I think I want to... Do I want to accelerate another energy here? I think I do, right? I'm going to just attach an energy. I think I will. And I'll move the damage counter off of here onto... I'll start working on the Pidgeotto, I guess. The idea being I'm going to one-shot these Charizard EXs, right? That's the goal. One-shot them and maybe take out the Pidgeot EX at some point, right? So, but anyway, but playing the TM Evolution, really good for my opponent. Bad for me, but good for them. And so good for them. And they have a big hand, so that now they have the Pidgeot EX in play, and they're going to get Charizard EX in play. I just have to assume they have the retreat. They have to pay the retreat cost. They can't play an item, but that should be okay. Let's think. I don't have a free retreater, so let's think. 1, 2. They're just going to put 2 energies, I assume. Okay, so getting the Radiant guy down, that's really good for them too, because I'm grass and they just burn me up. So what are they going to do here? If they... I don't have free retreat. Maybe I should have dropped the Cleffa down. The Cleffa, maybe I'm kind of regretting not dropping down the Cleffa. That's what I'll say at this point. So they're going to retreat, I assume. They don't knock me out, though. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. They could just sit here and continue like this as well. Okay. They don't knock me out, though. So what are they going to do? I think they forgot my ability, though, and they're not going to attack this turn. I don't have knockout, but we'll see if they concede. Yep, they forgot about the ability. So I made that play the other day, and forgot about that. So that's really bad news for them. And I think, what am I doing here for damage? 300, right? So that's quite nice. So let me get a supporter that I want. Might as well. Oh, that's right. It's from discard pile, right? So I'll drop my Hero's Cape on. I will research, which is good. Do I want to get a pivot down? I guess I'll get the Buddy-Buddy Poffin in play, just because that's good too. I will drop down my Stadium, just kind of put a little bit of extra pressure on them. So I'm doing what, 300? So I could move a damage counter onto him. So let me do that. This way I can take him out next turn. I have the knockout next turn. So, right, I can just move 2 damage counters onto him and take him out. Unless they want to Professor Turo him away, which they could do, but then, then they've got to recover the energies again. So, this is going well. And I just made my HP very, very high. So, now they just need an energy. The missed energy doesn't help with their effect, but it gives them the 3rd energy so they can attack, right? That's the big deal. So, I mean, they might get rid of my tool. They still don't have the knockout, though, which is very nice for sure. So we'll see. Okay, they got rid of my Stadium. All right, I mean, that's collapsed. I don't love losing the bench space. Now I kind of... the Cleffa is not great at this point, but, it's okay. It's okay. If I were to draw into boss, I think I'd take out the Radiant Charizard. So they come up well short there. So I'm going to move 2 damage counters first. That's play number 1. Take 2 prizes. And then I'll see what they send up. Right? And to see what I draw, I haven't used my supporter for turn yet, so that would be, okay, not going to be ball. Well, I hit an energy, so that's good. Energy is good. So I'm doing just 90, so that's a good play on their part. I could have, don't think I want to attach energy here. I could thin, but I would like to get, let me thin my deck. I'm going to ditch the 2 research because I don't think I want those. Do I? Kind of feeling I might Iono this turn. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like an Iono. All right, I'm just going to grab Flutter Mane because I know I don't want him. Because if I'm going to Iono, then Flutter Mane at the bottom of the deck is fine. Drop an energy onto right there. Oh, got boss, so that's super awesome. So now my opponent's day is kind of ruined, I think. Actually, I missed knockout, don't I? So that part's unfortunate. I needed one more energy. I didn't hit energy, so I'm coming up short, but I still think it's correct. Let's think. They need 1, 2. So, I mean, it is what it is. I actually do take them out this turn. So with, can I use Radiant Alakazam, move 1 damage counter onto the Radiant Charizard. I need to get another, I need another Flittle set up, and I don't think I've got that. Do I? What did I draw for prizes? I took 2 prizes there. And no, energy and Natu. So I don't have another Flittle, so I need to hit the rod. See what happens. See what happens here. I thought I was going to, I didn't pay attention to the numbers, and I thought I'd get the knockout, but they've really had to heavily commit to that. Okay, taking the Iono, which is what I was probably going to have to do anyway. Okay. This is all right. I'm going to I take out the Charizard this turn. I really need Rod to get the Flittle into play. That's the problem. Getting 2 Flittles prized, right? Just making sure just making sure I'm getting the basics aligned properly with the evolution. So I need, I really needed, I would have loved to have Flittle in play last turn and gotten that instead of energy on the Radiant Alakazam, get energy on the Flittle would have been nice. Honestly, I could end up attacking with Radiant Alakazam. It's not the worst idea in the world. This gets dicey. So they're going to finish me off this turn, obviously. I send up Cleffa because he's my pivot at this point. And then I've got to think through what I do. I probably... Is there a reason do I want to item lock? Do I want to try to do damage? Those are my questions right now. So they have what, 1? So, do they have, what's their energy situation too? I'm not entirely certain what that is. So, Hero's Cape burned through him. So kind of end up wasting the Hero's Cape because I wouldn't have got knocked. I think it didn't end up helping me the way things went. So, what do I need to get in hand? No, I need to... I'll put the energy on. Do I want the energy on Radiant Alakazam? I will. Oh, I blew it, actually. I blew it. That was terrible. That was terrible. Terrible by me because I should have done this first. Because there's a decent chance, because I'm 50-50, I think, of hitting a Flittle here, right? Or no. Yeah. It's a Natu, which is not the card I wanted. Okay, so I can Energy Retrieval, but I can't get the stinking Pokemon back. So I don't think I want another Xatu in play, do I? I'm going to hit him with the Alakazam, because that's probably my biggest damage guy right there, right? So he's doing what, 140, which isn't bad. And I'm going to drop this energy here. And we'll just see what happens. I don't love my spot, I gotta say, but it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I mean, I could have attacked with 60. What were the odds? They had 7 cards in hand. I needed how many trainers? 6 times, what, 5? So, yeah, 5 trainers to get the knockout. Probably wasn't happening. But now they have the Banette who's powered up. So now they got to be a little concerned. So, okay, they're just going to take a prize this turn. So that's really surprising. That's really surprising to me. I'm really not happy about not having another Flittle. You know, getting that. Yeah, need to get the Flittle down. Need to get a Espathra in play. You know, 3 Flittles and 2 are prized, and I'm down to 3 prizes, and 2 are still sitting there, right? So that's bad news, and I'm pretty sure that's correct. I could have like burned my Buddy-Buddy Poffin to verify that, but I'm pretty certain that's the case. And I want to save the Buddy-Buddy Poffin in case I draw in, because if the odds are at this point it's 2. I should hit a Flittle the next prize I take, right? In which case, and if my hand gets disrupted, I think I want the Buddy-Buddy Poffin in deck still. It just increases the odds of hitting it, right? If Collapse Stadium wasn't a play, I would have dropped the Natu down last turn, because that would have increased my ability to draw. So I don't know what they're going to do here. Are they just going to... I mean, they have to watch out for their hand size now, because Radiant Alakazam. I don't know why they gusted up Cleffa, I gotta say. They haven't, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Not sure about that. Okay, I mean, this is fine. So they're just gonna take the knockout on me. So how do I work this? This guy's not good. What am I gonna attack with? I guess I'll attack here. I mean, the facts, yeah, 2 Flittles prized. I'm just, okay, give me the rod. Flittle, Espathra, Energy. Those are the cards I want. I mean, I have to, I guess I Xatu, I put the energy on myself, on the Xatu. And I really hope. Iono, okay, Iono's not bad. I mean, I get 3 cards. I don't love Iono, I will say that. Right now I'm doing 100. I'll do actually less damage once I Uno, but you know, I have to get Flittle in play. I mean, that's just what has to happen. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. Yeah, there's my 1 Flittle. I have 2 Espathras, so that's okay that I ditched him. And then I need to hope next turn. Whoops. So I want to, let's see, I can move the damage counters as well. 60. I don't really know that I do, though, do I? Just attack here. I'm not loving the situation. I could have moved. Maybe I should move to the Charmander or something, or even to the active. Like, if I get my... I need my Espathra set up. That's what needs to happen here. I need to get lucky, right? I need to get lucky. Plain and simple. So they're going to take out the Flittle. Good play by them. And they have a small hand, so I'm pretty much... I can't really do anything. I'm going to lose the game. I mean, it just... Yeah, I'm going to lose the game here. Prizing... I mean, I guess I research. It's not, you know, I'm not getting what I need, though, I gotta say. I mean, it's just really horrible, right? Just really, really horrible. I'll power up myself, I guess, a little bit, but it's just going to be a loss. That's all I can do, right? Let me just kind of, I guess I should have done this last turn. But it's just going so badly for me. 180. See what happens. I mean, it's just a lot. You know, I'm just losing here slowly, piece by piece, just getting chopped apart. So sorry. Yeah. I mean, you just got. Yeah. I mean, pricing. It is what it is, right? Randomness is part of the game. I actually like randomness in these games, and I think it forces you with deck building, try and build for consistency, which is a good thing. Randomness is a part of life, so I think it's good to be in games to a certain extent. It's nice when games kind of reflect life to an extent. We obviously don't want it to be exact like life, because otherwise we wouldn't play a game. It's a way to get away from life and have some fun separate from life, but features similar to life is very positive. And hey, I play 3 of the basics, and 2 were prized. And they certainly gusted up the basic, which made a ton of sense, right? They have the Pidgeot EX in play, so that was pretty much inevitable. Do they play a third boss? They might not. They probably play Prime Catcher too, right? I haven't seen that, so I attack with Banette. I will get the knockout, but they probably then they one shot me though. Then they one shot me. So I just attack here. I'll energy retrieval. Might as well, I guess. I could boss something else up, but I don't think that helps me, does it? Let's think. I've got to take out the active. Yeah, I get it. You don't have game yet. You don't have game on board yet, buddy. So let's just calm down. All right, you're getting me really annoyed here, because you probably win the game. I get it, but you haven't shown me that you have game on board, and I can't mute you. So, it's really annoying, right? You don't have game on board. So, but all they need to do is evolve this turn, and I can't do the item lock because if I don't get the knockout, and then I probably lose too. So, obviously got a Flittle, which was guaranteed. I was guaranteed to get a Flittle that turn. They had boss, so they have a third boss, and that's game. Well, they just need an energy, right? Which I assume they have. Yeah, they have energy in deck. So, anyway, so obviously no thumbs up to my opponent, because I really didn't appreciate that emote spamming there towards the end of the game. And made it a close game, which honestly, the prizing was really rough, is what I'll say. I was going to say pretty much the worst it could be. I don't know if that was the case, but it was bad. And, made it a close game. And they emote spam me, and then I have to watch them do their flex pose at the end. So as many people have asked, just please take away those poses at the end, especially after a game like that, where opponent gets, at least from my perspective, a bit annoying. I don't want to have to watch that. But, hey, prizing was bad. And they had the Pidgeot EX in play, so once I got rotted my one basic back into play again, they took it out. And I missed the knockout the one turn as well. Could I have played that better? Perhaps, but I fought. I think I took what I had and I fought with it. All right, choosing heads here and hopefully get better prizing this game. Last game had 2 Flittles prized up against a Charizard deck, and it didn't go well. I might end up uploading the game. It ended up. It was close. It was close, but most of the game I could not get Espathra in play most of the game. So, and without Espathra, you're probably not beating Charizard, and this is a deck that should do nicely against Charizard, but the prizes were just not what I wanted. All right, so am I going first or second? Let me see here. Going first, so I'll put the Flittle in the active. He's got free retreat, and I probably want Flittle in play. So that's the way to go. I might want Flutter Mane in the active. We'll see what my opponent's playing. Could be Lost Zone, in which case Flutter Mane will be very clutch. And the fact that there's no rope in play is in format's good, because it lets me play one copy. And honestly, even if I played 2 copies, the odds of hitting both copies on turn 1 aren't great. Right? Battle VIP pass obviously would have made that more likely, but with Buddy-Buddy Poffin not getting it, it's a big, it changes things up a good bit. So let's see what I'm up against. Hopefully, opponent's being a little slow here. This is, part of the game that just needs to go faster, right? Because they're doing a lot of, they're not doing much, and they're burning up, they're taking a lot of time, and it is what it is, right? I'm not sure that somehow the timer needs to be faster, right? So Iron Hands. All right, this is bad. Okay, so let's think here. This is bad news. Okay, so I want him in play. Do I want Flutter Mane in the active? It's really that. Do I need to save the Flittle? That's kind of the question, right? All right, I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna send him up. I'm gonna attach an energy to Flittle and end turn. I don't. It's not. I don't feel. Oh, and I should have played Pokemon League Headquarters, right? So that was a huge miss on my part. Wasn't a huge miss. Because they're attacking with all basics, right? But we'll see. But look, let's see what happens this turn, right? That's the goal here, is to get a decent turn here. If they knock out my active, I send up Flittle. They'll take 2 prizes. They need a switch, right? But okay, so right now I'm gonna take out the Flittle. That's not good. Okay, this is bad. All right, well, this is a bad start. Didn't matter what I did then. That was not good. They only got 1 prize. That's the only good thing, right? They missed. They only got 1 prize. That was the best thing about that, right? So I'll drop Pokemon League Headquarters and play Research. I don't and see what happens. Okay. I mean, they need a lot of energy, so I can really do some damage to them, right? That's the good news. What am I hitting here? All right, I get a Xatu, which I like. And so what's the Flittle situation? I have 2 Flittles in deck. Okay, so And I'll get rid of the boss. I'm just going to kind of keep this hand for next turn. I like the boss, but I need to, my opponent right now, they don't have any draw, which is my one hope, right? So accelerate there. Flittle. Do I want to power up the other Flittle as well? I think I do. Okay, and I will end turn. They only have 1. Now I don't have. I need. What do I play? 1 switch in the deck or something like that. I'm trying to remember the list now. So my Radiant Alakazam may be stuck there for a bit. But they're obviously trying to take him out. So they have knockout. They only get 1 prize though. That's the good thing. But okay, they missed on Generator, but it doesn't really matter because I'm going to knock out the Iron Hands probably, and then they're going to just move the energy off there. So again, they had to use Arm Press, not Amp very much. So the stadium was big, right? I'd be behind an extra prize if I didn't play the stadium that turn. And I could have played the first turn, and maybe they wouldn't have had taken a prize the first turn, but they might have bumped it as well, right? So let's think here. So I'm gonna attach the energy to the bench guy? No, I'm gonna use my ability first. I'm not certain. I think I want to research though. Well, that's pretty good actually, right? So Rod, what's in the discard pile? So I'm gonna research here then, right? So might as well play the Rod. Want Flittle. I don't think I need Radiant Alakazam this game, and he's going to get in the way. So let me just do those plays, and then research, and I need to get my evolution, which that's really, really horrible. Really, really horrible. Yeah, when I say really, really horrible, I mean really, really horrible. Okay, so and I guess I dropped out another Natu as well. And I missed on the evolution, so that's not good. So I'll just give him a poke. I can't even do anything. So I'll just... I guess I retreat. I'll set up the Flittle. Actually, I'm going to set up a Natu, right? At this point. Retreat into a Natu. Keep the Flittles, because well, I guess I don't need all these Flittles, do I? Maybe I should have kept the anyway, just sent up a Flittle. So Miraidon there. So they're going to take out the Flittle with the energy as long as they have, and they're going to take 2 prizes this turn. So, you know, it's yeah, this has gone obviously really horribly bad for me. I'm probably just going to lose this game. I'll be surprised if I don't, right? That's what I'll say. Start attaching some energy. What do I need for energy, by the way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3 is 8 times 3. I think I'm at 240, right? Yeah, so that's actually pretty good. So let me retreat. Let me see what the number. I can just verify it. I'm at 240, so that's exactly what I need here. Start powering up the Flittle on the bench. So what I want to do here. That's very nice there. Do I have... What's the energy situation in the deck? I might as well get energy back. Yeah, I might as well put an energy there. One, two. I'm just recycling these back into the deck is what I'm doing. Obviously, you know, at this point I've got to okay. I think I dropped my Toulon here. They just attack. They need extra energy to attack, so that's really part of the good thing here. So they can move what I think 3 energy, but they need 2 more. They need 2 more. So can the disruption on this deck pull things out? I don't know. How do they use 1 boss? They've used 2 boss. Okay, good. Because obviously they have these single prizes on the bench that are very vulnerable as well. So what are they going to do? Do they have more? They have 1 more generator, so they need, you know, if they one-shot me, they just win, and they might be able to get to that. You know, they're getting the big energy boost going. And I think then they just knock me out, right? They do with 160, I'm pretty sure, 70, 80. So they missed the knockout, so that's huge here. So what am I doing here? I'm doing 210. Well, that's not, you know, they should not have sent, they could have, oh, that's right, because I have the stadium also. So that really, I mean, they kind of lost the game there, I think. Probably, right? So I'm doing 210, so I just want to Chuck that on there. And I want to Iono as well, I'm pretty certain. You know, or do I just keep this? I have Boss, right, which should give me a game next turn. I do have the other tool in the deck, though, right? I'm going to Iono. I would love to get the other tool in play. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. The Boss is nice, too. Hero's Cape is all right. That's a really nice get there. So, okay. So I will attack here for knockout. They don't get to any energy acceleration going. So, look, they're going to send up Miraidon, I assume, and attack with that. I had Boss last turn, which would have given me game, but I got the Hero's Cape, which is very good for me, right? Very good. They manually attached to Iron Hands. Okay. So what are they going to do here? Okay, going to take a prize, but okay. I mean, I'm a little confused about what they've just done there, I got to say. So I will get some more energy here. I'm going to attack with the guy with Hero's Cape, right? Because they're not one-shotting a guy with Hero's Cape on. I feel pretty confident about that, right? So, oh, I can't retreat now, can I? I should have attached, but I kind of needed to do that, I think. So I will 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me take a peek in my deck here. Let's see. I have Boss. I have 2 more energies. All right. Well, I need to get. I don't have Switch. Maybe I don't play Switch at all. Okay. So I need to hit this energy. That's what it comes down to. So let me just thin out my deck. I need to hit energy. So just getting more cards in hand for Iono is what I want to do. Cleffa. And yeah. So just dig once I hit an energy. And I will ditch these 2 guys. Grab another Pokemon. Just double check it. So 2 energies, right? 2 energies. So now I've thinned as much as I could. So now Iono. I get 2 cards. My opponent gets 2 cards as well. So, okay, Boss, which is fine. And just end turn. Okay. That's fine. And I probably gust up the Iron Hands without a tool at this point, because that's really what I want to do. 1, 2. So they have another Iron. What do you call it? Iron Future Booster Energy Capsule. Yeah, they have another one of those in deck probably. Okay, so I want to gust up this Iron Crown over here. That's what I want to do. And then I just pass. And I mean, I could Ultra Ball to thin the deck still, but I don't think I actually want to reset the deck because. Okay, so I got what I needed. So, and I have Boss as well. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Send him up. And I do 150. I guess I boss up the guy that right now. I mean, I could gust up the guy that's ready to attack, right? I'm going to gust this guy up. Try to get him stuck. That could be a mistake, right? That's... could be a mistake. So, but they need 2 extra energies to attach also with my ability. So, but they were trying to get it set up where they still needed what to amp you very much. They needed 4 energies. I mean 5 energies before. So okay, so they're getting the retreat. So, see what happens. Hopefully they can't boss me again because I'm down to 1 energy, which is my last switching card, right? So they're playing it out. That's what they're doing. I think I'm going to win this game. Was that my second boss? Yeah, so I think I'm out of boss in deck. 1 energy for switching. Okay. Just retreating. I mean, okay. I don't think I want to use the boss. I mean, I don't think I want to use the research. Boss would be awesome. I would boss for game. And they still have what? They can still gust up. They still can retreat. That they're out of now. All right, so I have, yeah, they're out of tools now that give them free retreat. So opponents just let me take the knockout. And so didn't play that quite cleanly, I don't think, as I look back on the game. But, you know, the disruption of the Espathra and the stadium actually against a basic attacking deck, you know, in a lot of ways, this is better against a basic attacking deck than Noivern is, I will say, in some of those other decks I've tried out, because Noivern was just fragile to set up. This is a little fragile to set up too, but just stopping the opponent with the stadium and with because, you know, the fact that there's a stadium in the deck and Espathra's ability means they need 2 extra energies, right? Just really makes it rough on basic decks. Gonna have a hard time dealing with that. So very effective against basic decks, good against Charizard EX because the grass and item lock. So it's a really fun deck. I don't quite know if this is the exact 60 I want, but it's in a good place, and certainly it's an annoying deck to play against. And certainly if you like to play some counter decks and decks that annoy your opponent, certainly give Espathra Banette a try.